Grabe, ang dami na talaga mga scams ngayon. And on this video, gusto ko pag-usapan itong isang particular scam that lasted for over 10 years. Now, the scam works like this. May isang broker or agent na mag-a-approach sa'yo, inviting investors to give their money, which is like usually $1 million to $5 million, for a guaranteed return of 1 to 1.5% per month. That's 12% up to 18% annually. Sometimes they'll even offer 24% annual return up to even 36% annual return. Tapos sa mga ibang investors naman that have less than $1 million, meron silang script na, alam mo, normally we only accept a minimum of 1 million investment, but because you're my friend, I'll let you go in for $500,000 only. Alam mo, yung mga ganyang script is already red flag that this is a scam. But anyway, I'm talking about MFT Group of companies na napalitan na yung pangalan to Founder Ventures. Now, maybe some of you that are watching this ay nabiktima na ng MFT Group of companies or ng Founder Ventures, or maybe you've heard of them. So let's first talk about the background of MFT Group of companies. MFT actually stands for Mica F. Tan, the founder. Now, what makes her story fascinating? She started a company when she was only 23 years old, making her one of the youngest Filipino entrepreneurs to be this successful. And MFT Group of companies owns various businesses including Salad Stop in Spain, Mimi and Brothers, Mondial Medical Technologies, 32nd Street Prime Diner, Angel Credit Corporation, Asian Invest Consultants Inc., Mayhow Corporation, Ascentic Inc., among many others. Okay, but before anything else, sino ba talaga si Mica Tan? Mica Tan is the youngest in her family. Yung mga siblings niya are all entrepreneurs and professionals. I actually know her brothers who I went to school with. At ang kwento ni Mica Tan is by the age of 13, she was already trading stocks. Honestly, I'm not sure if it was profitable or not. It's hard to believe that somebody can be profitable trading at 13 years old. But it's a good story. And by 15, she was already doing Forex trading. And after graduating from high school, she actually wanted to go to Fordham University dahil dun din daw nag-aral yung kanyang business idol. And you know who her business idol is? Donald Trump.
So thank you very much. I appreciate it. I will never forget it.
But eventually, she decided against it. It was because she was heartbroken. That's why she decided not to go to Fordham University. And in 2014, tinayo na niya yung MFT Group of Companies. And basically, MFT Group of Companies started with just Mica asking people to invest with her or lend her money and get a 12 to 18% return. Now, the money she got from these investors, she will now invest it in businesses. And the idea is na sana yung mga negosyong to is going to be profitable enough to be able to pay for the 12 and 18%. It actually makes sense if the business is profitable. Ngayon tingin ko, no, in the first few businesses na ininvest niya, she was probably profitable. She made some good choices, and then from there, nabayaran niya yung 12 to 18% ng mga investors niya at nabalik yung pera. And then because of that, other people trusted her, and then it started to grow from there. So let's actually compute the numbers para makita nyo why it actually makes sense to do this. Let's say you open a restaurant franchise. Now, since they opened a Salad Stop in Spain, let's just say that it's a Salad Stop franchise here in the Philippines. Now, I'm not sure how much it costs to get a Salad Stop franchise. Pero nung tinignan ko yung mga cost of mga franchise na same size as Salad Stop, tulad ng mga Pancake House, o kaya Teriyaki Boy, or Yellow Cab, it's ranging from 8 to 10 million pesos. So, let's just say it's 9 million pesos. Now, assume natin with the 9 million investment that Mica got, for example, let's say to open a Salad Stop branch, she is able to generate a monthly revenue of 1 million pesos. So that's about 33,000 pesos per day for 30 days. Ngayon, let's say that yung cost of goods niya, which is the vegetables, the packaging, everything, is about 30%. So may matitira siyang 700,000 pesos. Dahil yung cost of goods niya, 30% is 300,000 pesos. Now, from the 700,000 remaining, ileless natin yung mga operating expenses. Okay, let's assume that rent is roughly about 150,000 pesos. Then salaries, let's say salaries for 10 people at 25,000 per employee is 250,000. And then you'll take out the cost of electricity, water, basically utilities. So let's take out another 50,000 from there. And then let's also take out 50,000 for mga miscellaneous expenses. I don't know what they are. It could be gas. It could be spoilage, anything else. Sabi natin 50,000, tanggalin natin. And then let's take out another 50,000 for taxes. per month. That gives you an operating expense of about 550,000 pesos per month. Ngayon, yung net profit niya is at 700,000, right? May natitira siyang 150,000 pesos per month. Now, at 150,000 pesos per month, that's 1.8 million pesos a year. Now, remember that the investment was 9 million pesos. So, let's say that 9 million yung na-raise niyang investment. Ngayon, may nakuha siyang 1.8 million a year, which is 20% of 9 million. So, babayaran niya doon, let's say, is 12%. May natira pa sa kanyang 8%, which is 720,000 pesos. Sounds like a good plan, di ba? And I think that's probably what happened at the start. Then she started to get more investments kasi the DNA of MFT Group of Companies is that they're a private equity firm. That means they pool money together and then nag-i-invest sila sa mga iba't ibang klaseng mga negosyo. Now, when did the problem start? I think the problem started about 3 years or 4 years after they started the company. In about 2017 or 2018, nag-uumpisa na yung mga complaints from investors na hindi nila nakukuha yung mga returns na pinangako sa kanila. May mga bouncing checks with insufficient funds o kaya closed bank accounts at nahihirapan sila makipag-coordinate with the MFT Group of Companies. And it wasn't just one person, not two, not three. There were quite a few people that are not getting their returns or even their investments at this point. Ngayon, by this time, Mica Tan was the darling of media. She had so many accolades, invited to so many different events. Some of her awards include Most Influential Filipino Woman in the World and an Entrepreneur of the Year. She was featured in different business magazines and different business shows. She was featured as a mentor on this reality show called Final Pitch. But while all this was happening, underneath, ang dami na palang problema. At may nakita nga akong mga iba't ibang mga Reddit groups where people were talking about filing a lawsuit against her dahil hindi pa sila nababayaran o nakukuha yung mga investments nila at yung mga pangakong return sa investment nila. So, paano tayo umabot dito? I think yung MFT Group of Companies, their biggest mistake was they were getting so many investments, tapos they needed to be able to find businesses to invest in na makakapag-generate ng enough profit para mabayaran na itong mga returns na to. So, two problems that they had. Number one, they had to pick a lot of different businesses. Number two, the businesses they're going to pick have to have 100% hit rate kasi they don't have a lot of room to make any mistakes. And number three, what if they don't have enough businesses to be able to invest in and they have all this money coming in? Tapos, idagdag mo pa dyan na nagka-pandemic noong 2022. A lot of businesses closed down. A lot of businesses were not making money. A lot of businesses were losing money. So, paano nila magagaranti yung 12% to 18% annually kung hindi kumikita itong mga negosyo na to? Saan nila kinukuha yung pera para pambayad dito sa mga to? And I think dun sila nagkaroon ng problema. And that's why they kept doing all these road shows to raise funds. Dahil if you think about it, hindi lahat ng negosyo na papasukan mo ay kikita. Hindi lahat ng negosyong papasukan mo can give you a return of over 18% to 20% in a year. And when you have a pandemic that happened and you have a negative cash flow, then kailangan mo na mag-magic talaga sa accounting. And I think dito na nagumpisa yung paggamit ng pondo ng ibang tao para mabayaran yung mga naunang nag-invest. And it became one vicious cycle, which most of you know is called a Ponzi scheme. So did Mica Tan and MFT Group of Companies, now Founder Ventures, operate a Ponzi scheme? Let's look at the definition of a Ponzi scheme. A Ponzi scheme is an investment scam that pays early investors with money taken from later investments to create the illusion of big profits. A Ponzi scheme promises a high rate of return with little risk to the investor. It relies on word of mouth as new investors hear about the big returns earned by the early investors. Inevitably, the scheme collapses when the flow of new money slows down, making it impossible to keep up with payments of the alleged profits. Pag binasa mo to, tapos nakita mo yung business model ng MFT Group of Companies, if it sounds like a Ponzi scheme, looks like a Ponzi scheme, smells like a Ponzi scheme, it's a Ponzi scheme. And because of this, marami na nag-complain sa SEC about the fraudulent practices of MFT Group of Companies. At dahil doon, the SEC filed criminal charges against the MFT Group of Companies, Founder Ventures, and all the directors and management of MFT Group of Companies. Not only are they being criminally charged, nagbigay na rin ng cease and desist order ang SEC from MFT Group of Companies, their directors, and agents to stop offering investment schemes. And the criminal charges that are being filed against them is for falsification of legal documents and using falsified documents. At nakita nila sa mga financial statements ng MFT Group of Companies na hindi naka-indicate doon yung mga loans na nakuha nila apparently from all these investors. Kasi kung loan yan, dapat nakalagay sa mga liabilities nila. Or if they're investments, they should be in the equity side. And it's in neither one of these. Hindi lang yon. Mga nabaltaan ko from people that have invested with MFT is when they sign a loan agreement, nakalagay lang yung pangalan ng director or broker or agent ng MFT Group of Companies. So yung palang red flag na yan. Tapos imagine mo pa yung mga lavish parties that MFT Group of Companies throws. And for their directors, they get to travel to Balisin. And for their top agents, they were going to luxury vacations and enjoying a lavish lifestyle. Alam mo, pag nakakita ka ng ganyan, all I'm seeing is red flags. Ngayon, hindi ko alam ang financial details ng MFT Group of Companies. Dahil hindi sila transparent sa kanilang financials. And apparently, even the investors don't know the financials of their company. And all I can think of is this. I think Mica Tan started with good intentions. Pero her lack of experience in actually running a business was what really caused the downfall. Not just that, I think there was the greed aspect. Alam mo, when you're starting to get all this money and you're starting to believe in your own hype, alam mo, you start looking for ways to be able to keep this lifestyle going. And that's where it becomes very difficult. And I think that she got caught along with the people that are her partners and directors in this vicious cycle, and that they were just hoping that they can keep it going. Pero when the problems started to mount, hindi na nila matakasan lahat ng mga investors na naghahabol sa kanila. And at the end of all of this, I really just hope that the people that invested their money get their money back. At the very least, kahit na nga wala na silang makuhang return on their investment, basta mabalik na lang yung pera or kahit some of the money. And for Mica Tan and all the board directors, I hope that you guys learn from this para hindi na nyo ito uulitin in the future. And the fact is, may kasalanan kayo nagawa. You got yourself in this mess and you do have to face the consequences of your actions. And for everyone else that's watching this video, remember to check your greed, and if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. Kayo, what do you guys think? Na-scam na ba kayo? O tingin ba nyo hindi scam tong MFT? I'd love to hear all your stories and comments. Please write it in the comment section below. At pag nagustuhan mo itong mga ganitong klaseng video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on that notification bell so you're notified of my latest videos. Thanks so much everyone. This is Chris Tan. Magkita tayo muli on my next video.